Welcome to Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW versus NXT video, as well as NWA Power, Women of Wrestling, and other results, even MLW Fusion for this week. Pro Wrestling is set to return very soon to TBS. AEW will premiere their second TV show on TBS. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, the new program will be an edited highlight version of AEW Dynamite show that aired last Wednesday. Well, it's nothing more than a highlight show, apparently. But don't forget, AEW also has AEW Dark. And their first episode is advertised this week, which I gave you the spoilers from the Dark matches on last week's episode. No word yet on when the AEW TBS show will premiere, or what it's called, but I'll keep you updated. Possibly the show Dark, Cody mentioned last week, but apparently not. Also, in late September, it was revealed that AEW was in talks for another TV show, which would be a studio show similar to the new WWE Backstage show that premieres on FS1. That returned today for your final playoff game on Dish Network. It's also set for next month. Warner Media's Britt Weitz, who is the general manager of TNT, TBS, and True TV, told The Wrap that they were in talks with AEW officials about doing a studio show. "We are talking about it," White said, when asked if there would be a possible studio show to accompany the weekly AEW Dynamite program. "I don't know if you've met Tony Khan, but he's not short of ideas or passion," he continued. And I'd like to wish him a happy birthday, by the way. So there is a world where we were thinking about, where does something like that live? Knowing full well that within the Warner Media ecosystem, we have it live. We've got all these different components at our disposal. The more content for the fans, the better. And we would love to figure out what something like that looks like. AEW Executive Vice President Cody Rhodes recently revealed that a third hour of AEW content was being considered. Rhodes indicated that they may film a third hour of content with the weekly Dynamite tapings, but that the third hour will possibly be airing live or whatever instead of TNT. Also, no word yet on if they are moving forward with those plans or not. Stay tuned for more updates on AEW program. And that source was Wrestling Observer newsletter. The new AEW Dark show premieres Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 6 p.m. our time, on the official AEW YouTube channel. And you can find this week's episode at this link. It's about an hour and 5 minutes or so. The weekly Dark show will feature dark matches from the Dynamite tapings. This week's matches were taped before and after last week's Dynamite premiere episode from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. So this week's dark matches are next week's show. And I'll show you pictures of that later on. AEW has released the following graphic for this week's matches for a premiere episode, noting that the 8-man match stole the show. Darby Allin versus Cena, Penelope Ford and Bea Priestley versus Allie and Britt Baker in tag team action. SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, and Scorpio Sky versus Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt in 6-man action. Private Party and Best Friends versus Jack Evans, Angelico, Ray Phoenix, and Pentagon Jr. in the 8-man match. And being the episode 173 called I'm Just Getting Started, can be found on this link. MLW TV link at this link, episode number 78. Another big name talent, Awesome Kong, has not featured on the premiere episode of AEW. Kong reassured everyone that she will be part of the weekly episode soon. On Wednesday, she was focused on coaching the women's tag team match that happened when Dynamite went off the air. Coaching last week and coached this week. She was actually coaching the women's tag match after the show went off the air. Khan announced that she was sitting right next to me. She's been backstage a lot. You'll be seeing her again soon. I won't say when or where. Women of Wrestling show this past weekend. Results for TV from October the 5th episode. Taking place from the Belasco Theater in Los Angeles, California. And aired on Access TV. Remember, I was telling y'all a couple of weeks back that you filmed the whole season within a couple of days. A recap of women's season 2 premiere showed when Hazard interfered to spoil the triple threat #1 contenders match involving Havoc, Jungle Girl, and the Beast. This led to Beast and Jungle Girl teaming up to battle the duo, picking up a victory on last week's episode. However, Jungle Girl later attacked the Beast, as both women have Tessa Blanchard's world title in their eyes. David McLean welcomes us to another edition of WOW. And his signature, welcome to the Women of Wrestling with his signature in-ring intro. Jungle Girl makes her way to the ring, adjusts her actions from last week. For 18 years, I've been the queen of this ring. While other wrestling companies have had their girls wrestling in jello matches, what was I doing? I was jumping off 25-foot ladders. Jungle Girl goes on to claim that she helped elevate women's wrestling before taking the shots at the loud crowd for thinking they understand the business. I think I've proven myself time and time again. So, Beast, if you're so big and strong, prove it. The Beast then appears. She spears the Jungle Girl and lays into her with a ground and pound. Several referees separated them. McLean announced that the two will face off in tonight's main event. As we go to our first commercial of the evening. Chavo Guerrero, by the way, and I'm doing this video on Thursday, Eddie Guerrero's birthday, her dad. She's a ring announcer. And the first contest of the evening, Fury is out. First thing along with the rest of the Psycho Sisters, she'll be facing Fire. Fury versus Fire. Headlock from Fury to start. Fire uses a head scissors to escape. Fury bounces off the ropes. Shoulder block. She shows off her athleticism with an impressive roll up. Pin, but Fire kicks out. Pace picks up. Nice sequence of chain wrestling leads to a stalemate. Fire takes control with a drop kick. Running corner elbow from Fire, followed by hip thrust and a face wash kick. Covers. Fury kicks out. Fire climbs the ropes. One of the Psycho Sisters pulls the other out her foot while the referee's back is turned. Fury takes advantage. Big chops. She smashes Fire's head off the turnbuckle. Stab suplex for a near fall. Fury misses a roundhouse but nails Fire with a thrust knee. She applies a headlock and slows the action down. Crowd rallies behind Fire. Back to the match. She comes off the ropes. Fury catches her with a backbreaker. Fire hits another dropkick and both women are down. She builds momentum. Forearm smash. Then a second. Snapmare. Super kick from Fire. Covers. Fury stays alive. She goes for a fisherman suplex. But Fury cradles her. 2 count. Sky high spine buster by Fury. Fire shows fight by powering out of a pin attempt. Fury picks Fire up in a fireman's carry. Fire shifts her weight to escape. Buzzsaw kick. Fury kicks out again. Fire to the top. Fire chops her down and climbs for a superplex. She nailed it. Fury is hurt and well, can't make the cover. This is awesome. Champ breaks off with the crowd. Back and forth striking. Fury with a back fist. Fire goes for the fisherman suplex again. And she nails it. It's over for the 1, 2, 3. As soon as the match is over, Psycho Sisters assault Fire. Adrenaline runs down. Runs the Psycho Sisters off. And checks on Fire. Highlights of the match are shown. McLean interviews Fire and Adrenaline. They announce that they're entering the tag team tournament to crown the first Wild Tag Team Champions. And the crowd goes nuts. Elsewhere, Somewhere around backstage, a siren starts off. The Voodoo Doll and Holiday was played. They called out Princess Aussie, promising that soon she'll see the way and join their team. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We'll see Princess Aussie's signature staff burning before falling to the sand. We'll go to a commercial break. Next matchup includes Siren, who is accompanied to the ring by Holly Dead, taking on Chantilly Chilla. Chilla goes to the commentary table and tells the microphone that she refuses to face Siren alone and brings Sassy Massy out to stand by her side. So we got Siren versus Chantilly Chilla. Chilla ducks a grapple attempt by Siren. Arm drag and drop kick sends Siren into the corner. Chilla charges. Siren dumps her to the apron. Big elbow rocks Siren, but Holly then pulls Chilla to the outside with a referee's back turn. Siren takes advantage, sending Chilla across the ring with a butterfly suplex. Cannonball from Siren. She bounces Chilla off the ropes. Chilla hits a flying crossbody for a near fall. Siren immediately retakes control by choking Chilla on the ropes. Chilla goes for a sunset roll-up. Siren is obviously too strong and turns the maneuver into a wheelbarrow facebuster. Surfboard submission by Siren. Transitions into a face-off. Siren climbs. Vader Bomb misses. Chilla starts stringing together strikes. Leg sweep drops Siren. Running Meteora with a pinfall. Siren kicks out. Chilla connected with a running corner knee. She climbs. Missile drop kick covers. Siren sticks the shoulder out. Chilla can't believe it. She goes for a cutter. Siren blocks it. Northern Light suplex from Siren. Chilla fires back with a roundhouse cutter. Temporary distraction by Hollydead. Sassy Massy and Hollydead get into an argument. Back in the ring, Siren hits the Voodoo Jobber for the pin and the win. Afterwards, Siren and Hollydead stand tall in the ring, asking who will be next. The video shows off the relationship between Lionel Starr and Beverly Hills Babe. The footage includes Starr's betrayal of Santana Garrett back in the pre-Axis TV days of WoW. This sets up upcoming tag match. And that was from season 1. Lionel Starr was out first. By the way, season 1 only had 8 episodes. She introduces her partner and new protege, the Lioness. They'll be facing the recently formed duo of Jesse Jones and Starr's old protege, Amber O'Neil. Amber O'Neil is Luke Gallows' wife. If you're not familiar with wrestling families, you are now. Lionel Starr and Lioness versus Amber O'Neil and Jesse Jones tag team tournament. First round, of course. Jones and Lioness begin. Tie up. Lioness headlocks Jones down to the mat. Jones instantly transitions to a head scissor. Back to her feet. O'Neil tags in. She runs into a drop kick from Lioness. O'Neil responds with an irate, then goes after the arm. Jones back in. Arm wringer. She throws Lioness off the ropes and O'Neil pulls her down from her hair. Lioness tries to tag out, but Starr refuses to come into the match, yelling that the Lioness has this. Jones and O'Neil continue to soften the Lioness up with tandem offense. Big running collision from Jones. She goes for her finishing armbar. Starr runs in to break it up. Roll up by Lioness. 2 count. Starr still hasn't entered the match. Jones pushes Lioness into Starr. Referee calls it a tag. Jones yanks Starr into the ring and applies the armbar. She taps. Amber O'Neil and Jesse Jones win by submission and advance in the tag team tournament to round 2. After the match, Jones berates Lioness and Starr for going to the dance studio and not to the wrestling ring. She declares that her and O'Neil will be the new WoW Tag Team Champions. I don't care what you call us together. We're going to make it the Tag Team Wrestling great again. Again, copying Bob Backlund. Announcement next week, the Dixie Darlings versus Havoc and Hazard. And we go to our final commercial of the evening. Video package hyping the rivalry between the Beast and Jungle Girls fight. Main event time. Both women in the ring. Introductions are finished. Here we go. Jungle Girl versus Beast. Spear from the Beast to start. She bounces Jungle Girl off the ropes. Hip toss. Jungle Girl side to the outside to cover. She pulls the Beast to the outside. Slams her head off the apron. Back inside. Jungle Girl connects with a big chop. Snap power slam for a 2 count. Jungle Girl works the Beast over in the corner, but the Beast shakes the offense off and hits a lariat. Back and forth striking, Jungle Girl fires back with a boot to the gut. She goes for a superplex. The Beast blocks it. Jungle Girl gets to the middle rope. Missile drop kick, cover another 2 count. Elbows from Jungle Girl. The Beast responds with a suplex. Huge clubbing forearm. The Beast goes for another spear. She misses and collides again against the ring post. Jungle Girl whips her arm around the post several times, then targets the shoulder by ringing it over the ropes. Belly to belly by Jungle Girl. Jungle Girl continues to aim at the Beast's shoulder. Ground and pound. The Beast throws her off, but Jungle Girl spears her right back down. Jungle Jobber lands. She climbs to the top. The Beast chokeslams her off. She goes for another spear. She hits the referee. German suplex from Jungle Girl. She has the match won, but no referee to make the count. Tessa Blanchard appears with a briefcase filled with money. She smashes it off Jungle Girl's head. She looks at the Beast. You're welcome. David McLean tells us that we're out of time. Match ends in a no contest. NWA Power episode number 1 can be found in this link. The premiere episode of NWA Power was tonight on Wednesday's YouTube and Facebook in the main event. NWA World Champion Nick Aldis defeated Tim Storm. Full results. Dawson defeated Sal Rinauro and Billy Buck. Eli Drake defeated Caleb Conley. Wildcards defeated Danny White, not the former quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys and punter, and Mims. James Storm defeated Josephus. Nick Aldis, champion, defeated Tim Storm. NWA World Heavyweight Championship match. Live coverage of the AEW Dark event. Full episode, 1 hour. Right at that link. AEW Dynamite coming from the Agayas Arena in Boston, Massachusetts. Before the show even got started, we got dark matches. Kip Sabian defeated Peter Avalon and Sonny Kiss in a dark match that was scheduled to stream on next Tuesday's AEW Dark. This week's show, the fans in attendance are reporting that Sabian may have sustained a finger-hand injury during the match. At Innocence222 on Twitter, match number 1 at this link. Peter Avalon versus Kip Sabian versus Sonny Kiss, AEW Dark, AEW Dynamite, AEW Boston. All hashtag. At Bowling, JD, Kip Sabian pinned Avalon in a 6-minute match to wins the triple threat. Sabian seemed to have injured his finger and dived seriously, but finished the match. It was announced the dark matches before or later on tonight will be after the TV episodes. Joey Janela versus Kenny Omega, unsanctioned lights out match. An 8-man tag match. The results after these results. From October 9th, results. Commentary welcomes us to the show and runs down the matches, including Jimmy Havoc versus Darby Allin to determine number 1 contender for the AEW World title. Begging for the Young Bucks, the Private Party. Bucks say they're the best in the world and have to continue to prove it. Private Party feels like they have to prove themselves, and beating Matt and Nick is a good way to start things off in AEW. Young Bucks versus Private Party in the first round of the AEW Tag Team Tournament. Nick and Cassidy get things rolling. Lots of reversals. Cassidy is able to avoid a super kick. They stare each other down for a moment. Nick throws his gum. Matt tags in, and they hit a flurry of double team moves on both Cassidy and Quinn. Matt lands a double axe handle off the top rope. Nick back in and double stomps Cassidy's arm. Nick sends Quinn off the apron. They try for a double suplex. Cassidy lands on his feet and dumps Matt out to the floor. Cassidy ends up on the apron, kicks away Nick, and sends an Asai moonsault on Matt. Quinn tags in and hits a massive springboard crossbody. Quinn then nails a suicide dive, crossbody, senton, Fosbury flop, going from side to side out of the ring to the floor on each opponent. He brings Nick back in the ring, goes for the pin, only gets a 2 count. Well, some action at this link on Twitter, posted by TDE_wrestling, at Mark Quinn about to jump out of the building. Young Bucks with a double super kick. With a super kick party attempts on Quinn and Cassidy. Nick with a bit of a bloody nose. Matt tries for a sunset powerbomb off the apron. Cassidy hangs on, but Matt runs in runs with Cassidy all the way to the ramp and power bombs him there. Quinn alone in the ring, power bomb slice bread combo. Nick goes into the sharpshooter, but Quinn pulls himself to the ropes. Crowd very much into the match. A lot have been on their feet once things picked up. Young Bucks really controlling the pace at the moment. Nick with a double foot stomp on Quinn as he was bent backwards over Matt's knees. Abdominal stretch somewhat. Backbreaker. Nick tries for a super kick. Quinn blocks it and then throws his foot into Matt. Nick goes for a suicide dive attempt at Quinn. Quinn sidesteps and Nick goes out of the ring over the top rope. Quinn looks to tag out, but Nick pulls Cassidy off the apron. Matt with a spear covers for a 2 count. Quinn is able to find a window and finally tag out. Cassidy with a drop kick on both Bucks. Tips up, but sells about his back injury. Double hurricane on both opponents. Private Party attempts a double team move. Matt ends up landing multiple German suplexes on Cassidy. Then a double German suplex on both opponents. Goes for the cover. 2 count. Young Bucks hit a buckle bomb kick to the back of the head. Matt with another sharpshooter on Cassidy. Quinn gets knocked out on the floor. Cassidy tries to get to the ropes, but Nick flies with a springboard face puncher and hits a moonsault on Quinn on the outside. Matt really locks it in again, but Cassidy is able to claw his way to the rope for a reversal and escape. Had him like a Texas leaf, clover leaf, sharpshooter. Didn't have it locked all the way in, so he was able to get in. Well, TD Wrestling again comments on Twitter this link. Gin and Juice, get it. At Isaiah Cassidy and at Mark_Quinn. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. AEW on TNT. Again, that link. Blind tag by Quinn. Matt and Nick have some miscommunication. Quinn drops Matt, then hits a hurricane on Nick, setting off to the second rope into a cutter by Cassidy. Quinn goes for a huge shooting star press, covers, only gets a 2. Crowd thought it was a 3 count, but people standing up for this one. Referee only says 2. Matt is able to almost set up the Meltzer driver. Cassidy yanks down Nick. Quinn with a sneaky roll-up for the 3 count. Private Party advances in the tournament. After match, Private Party celebrated in the crowd. AEW World Champion Chris Jericho heads out to the ring with Sammy Guevara, Ortiz, Santana, and Jake Hager. Jericho says last week's AEW Dynamite was the highest rated premiere on TNT, and it was all because of him. Jericho then introduces each of his stable mates, says Guevara is one of the most talented in the ring at his age, and he's on Jericho's list. Jericho says Santana and Ortiz are nastier than they've ever been, back alley brutes, and they made the list. Jericho with Viva La Raza today is Eddie Guerrero's birthday. Okay, that was yesterday. Yesterday was his birthday. Finally, he introduces Hager. Crowd with a We the People chant. Jericho said, that was a stupid idea by creative. It's dead and buried. Jericho praises Hager's MMA work and says he's the toughest in AEW. Well, only second week in AEW. Jericho introduces the stable as the Inner Circle, and they're all wearing Inner Circle t-shirts. Not like the circle that's around Seth Rollins' shirt. Jericho moves on to Cody. He says he doesn't like Cody nor his family. He calls Dusty Rhodes a jerk and says he'll kick Dustin Rhodes' butt later on. Jericho then says he's going to beat the ever-living doesn't get censored out of Cody at AEW Full Gear on November 9th. At TD Wrestling at this link, it was a stupid idea from bad creative and all that's gone. I am Jericho. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW TNT. All Elite Wrestling comments. AEW Wrestling. The Inner Circle are here. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. And at this link. Jimmy Havoc says tonight is the biggest opportunity of his life when he takes on Darby Allin and a chance to become the #1 contender to the AEW World title. Darby Allin versus Jimmy Havoc, #1 contender match for the AEW World title was up. All in looks for a hand shake to get things started. Back and forth action. Each try for an early pinfall attempt. Havoc spits it all in. All in hits a high elevation arm drag off the top rope. Drop kick by All In. Havoc ends up on the apron. They swing at each other. Havoc grabs All In and then hits a suplex down on the floor. Back in the ring. Havoc goes for the pin. Only gets 2 count. AEW Wrestling comments on Twitter. Jimmy Havoc putting on the assault. 2 at Darby Allin. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. At AEW. Hashtag AEW Boston at this thing. All In gets chopped. Havoc bends back. All In's hand and then bites it momentarily. Havoc continues to work the arm. All In with a kick to the face. Back elbow goes for another, but Havoc reverses it into a sleeper. Lifting All In off the mat. Havoc then locks in the sleeper and holding it, but transitions into a suplex. Havoc in full control of the match. Tiger Driver, 1998, covers. All In grabs the bottom rope. All In with a crucifix pin, 2 count. Havoc just stops away at All In's face. Havoc looks for the ripcord lariat, but All In bites his finger. All In with a flipping stutter, coffin drop off the bottom rope for the 3 count. Winner by pinfall, Darby Allin. All In, should say. And we'll face Chris Jericho for the title on next week's AEW Dynamite. Bea Priestley and Emi Sakura versus AEW Women's Champion Riho and Dr. Britt Baker. Riho and Sakura get things started. Looks for an early pin. Riho bridges up and under to get out of it. Things are falling apart and everybody is fighting on the floor. Baker and Priestley going after each other. Sakura comes out to help Priestley with a double suplex on Baker. But Riho hits a crossbody off the top rope to clear out both women. Things work their way back into the ring. Baker is able to get a pin attempt on Priestley, but Sakura breaks it up and then drags her partner back to the corner so she can tag in. All Elite Wrestling comments on Twitter, AEW Wrestling, at Real Britt Baker isn't backing down from B. At this link, Sakura with a running crossbody in the corner. Lands a Vader bomb, covers for a 2 count. She tries to lift Baker, but gets countered into a cutter. Swinging Nick Baker by Baker, covers, 2 count. Sakura with some knees, but eats a discus elbow. Baker drops Sakura and locks in the rings of Saturn. Baker then uses a mandible claw on Sakura, forcing a tap out. Winners of the match, Britt Baker and Riho by submission. But I think Britt Baker got a black eye during the match. As All Elite Wrestling comments on Twitter at this link, this is far from over between Real Britt Baker and Bea Priestley. After the match, Baker and Priestley go at it a little bit. Referee and Riho try to help separate them. Priestley eventually backs off. Jennifer Decker talked to the best friends who were in the crowd for tonight's show. They are asked about how they are feeling about going against SCU next week in the tag team tournament. Chuck says, don't ask them. Ask this guy, and the camera pans back to Orange Cassidy. He gives him a weak thumbs up. At TDW Wrestling, TDE _ Wrestling, the eye is drawn to an Orange Cassidy. At this link, PAC joins commentary for the Shawn Spears versus Jon Moxley match. Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard in his corner versus Jon Moxley. At AEW Wrestling comments, at Jon Moxley is more than ready. No more talk. Time is now. At this link, Moxley gets right in Spears' face. Blanchard tries to pull him back and gets a bit of a headbutt from Moxley and bails out of the ring. PAC on commentary wonders why he's not getting a title shot, despite having 2 very impressive wins in AEW. Moxley chops and swings away on Spears, kick to the back, then the chest, elbow drop, covers for a 2 count. Spears finally gets in some shots, but eats a big elbow that slows him down. Crowd very much behind Moxley in this one. Spears bails out to the floor, but Moxley follows and launches him into the barricade. At AEW Wrestling comments, Perfect 10 in at this link, getting aggressive against Moxley. Moxley goes after Blanchard for a moment, gets hit from behind, but ends up dropping Spears again. He tosses Spears in the ring, referee checking on him, and Blanchard shoves Moxley into the steps. Looks like Blanchard handed something over to Spears, who then sends Moxley into the steps again. PAC says in the past few years, he's been pinned once. Nobody can hold a candle to him. He wonders why he's at commentary instead of getting the match he deserves. Both Spears and Moxley are on the floor. Spears hits a Death Valley jobber right into the barricade. Spears nails a suicide dive by Moxley, throws him back in the ring. Taunts the crowd a bit, but Moxley hits a suicide dive of his own. Both back in the ring now as Moxley punches and chops away. Moxley with a running knee to the head. Covers for a 2 count. PAC still a commentary, but nothing saying much. He's mad and wants his due to him. Back and forth strikes in the ring. Moxley with a big lariat. Blanchard getting on the apron for the quick distraction. Spears knocks Moxley's neck over his knee. Covers for a 2 count. Spears does a 10 chant like he did in the WWE NXT and eats a headbutt. Moxley lands a paradigm shift. Double arm DDT. Covers for the 3 count. After the match, Kenny Omega strolls out with a barbed wire bat and broom. Omega looks at both as Moxley approaches him. Omega then throws the bat to Moxley. PAC then runs in from behind and whacks Omega in the back of the head with a chair. Moxley steps up to him. PAC points at Omega and heads to the back. Moxley thinks about whacking Omega, but just tosses the bat and heads to the back. AEW Wrestling at Bastard PAC on Twitter had an aggressive message for it at Kenny Omega Man X at this link. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Dustin Rhodes and Hangman Adam Page. Dustin and Jericho started things off. Dustin gets an early attack, pulls Jericho's shirt over his head, hockey style, and throws a bunch of punches his way. Of course, Jericho is a hockey fan. His dad was a hockey player. He dumps Jericho over the barricade. Guevara tries to get in a sneak attack, but eats a punch. Back in the ring, Page tags in and goes to work with big lariats. Page catches Guevara in midway, follow-away slam, kip up, crossbody to the floor, to the floor on Jericho. Guevara looks for a big kick, misses, gets picked up off the mat, German suplex with a bridge for a 2 count. Mr. Lara, too, on Twitter, follow-away slam, and a pescado from at the Adam Page. Hashtag AEW Dynamite this link. Dustin tags in. Dustin drops down and throws a big uppercut. Dustin and Page double team on Guevara. Dustin just launches Guevara. Page with a running shooting star press covers and Jericho kicks Page in the face to break it up. Page with a power slam. Page up to the top. Jericho with a distraction. Guevara with a rising knee strike. He climbs up, gets Page on his shoulders. Lifts and drops Page chest first down on the top turnbuckle. Back for a commercial break. It's Jericho and Page in the ring. Jericho choking Page's neck over the second rope. Jericho charges in. Page moves and Jericho crashes into the ropes, but is able to tag out. Guevara runs across and takes down Dustin. Stomps Page, covers for a 2 count. Page really needs to tag out, but can't make it there. Big discus sends Guevara down to the mat, and he's frozen in pain. Arms in the air. Dustin finally gets the tag. Drops Guevara, lariat, punch in the face. Inverted atomic chop. Classic Gold Dust. And Rhodes style. Jericho runs in and eats an inverted atomic chop too. Dustin climbs up, hits a twisting crossbody on both opponents. At TDE Wrestling says, look at the Adam Page dislodging Sammy's soul from his body at this lane. Guevara runs a dozen, but ends up out on the floor. Page with a crazy moonsault down on the floor, taking out Guevara. Hager then runs over Page. Jericho tags in, eats a Yoshi tonic for a 2 count. Dustin looking for a shatter. Dreams on Jericho. Hits a spinning power slam on Guevara. The referee checking on Guevara, but Sammy hangs on to the ref to allow Hager to get into the ring and drop Dustin. Jericho hits the Judas effect, covers, and we're done here. Winners of the match, Jericho and Guevara by pinfall. After the match, all 3 guys attack Dustin. Page is up and tries to help out, but the numbers game are too much for as Hager sends Page out to the floor. Page launches a chair at Hager. The 2 fight back. Guevara and Jericho stomp away at Dustin. The lights go out and come back on. It's Cody. Crossroads on Guevara to send him packing. Cody and Jericho square up in the ring. Santana and Ortiz blindside Cody, though. Jericho holds the title up and celebrates a bit. Dustin tries to help, but to no avail. Jericho goes to attack Cody with the belt. At AEW Wrestling, business just picked up at AEW Dynamite at this link. Well, MJF runs out with a chair, but pauses. Jericho then holds Cody and offers MJF attacking him. MJF goes right after Santana and Ortiz. Jericho bails for a moment. Crowd pops big for MJF's choice. He celebrates a bit, but eats a codebreaker. Young Bucks head out and go right after Santana and Ortiz. Jericho again gets out of the way, gets his title, and celebrates a bit as Cody looks on from the ring. Young Bucks and Dustin join Cody. Jericho throws the referee down the ramp and out comes Darby Allin on his skateboard. He leads off and takes down Jericho. Punch is thrown, skateboard to the stomach, and then across the spine of Jericho. Jericho gets on the mic and says, "You stupid idiots, don't know who you're dealing with." He tells Darby next, "It's your funeral, B-word." Cody and company stand tall in the ring as the show closes. AEW Wrestling, Darby Allin is ready, and I Am Jericho next week in Philadelphia. At this link. After AEW Dynamite from Boston finish up, the Dark Order team of Angelico and Jack Evans defeated SCU and CIMA in a dark match. Kenny Omega then defeated Joey Janela with a one-winged angel on a chair in an unsanctioned lights out match in the second dark match after the show. Also noted earlier, Kip Sabian defeated Sonny Kiss and Peter Avalon in the pre-show dark match, all three scheduled to appear on next Tuesday's AEW Dark on AEW's YouTube channel. At Green Eyed Zeke, dark match, AEW Dynamite. Ethan Yetton is caught in the night trap. I'll show you a picture of that. And as well as another picture that he posted, AEW Dark match victories. Trish Fawson on Twitter comments to at her account was Corny Tamarisk. He is Kenny Omega. At this link, at that picture over there. Also, another one. She comments, "Ouch." Shows a picture on that one. At Bowling JD on Twitter, Omega and Janela just had a 26-minute killer banger dark match. Holy crap, AEW. AEW Dynamite at hashtag AEW Dark. I'll show you a picture of that. And your final, as a link, at AEW Wrestling, hashtag AEW Dynamite, shows a post-show footage. I believe it was a birthday party for Tony Khan. A birthday wish for Tony Khan from Cody Rhodes. Dark matches before NXT episode from Full Sail from Winter Park saw Riddick Moss of the Outliers defeat Bronson Reed and Caden Carter, aka Lacey Lane, defeated Caden Carter. Lacey Lane defeated Deonna Purrazzo. Tonight's NXT episode opens with a video package with highlights from last week. We're live from the Full Sail, Winter Park, Florida, as Mauro Ronaldo welcomes us, chimed in by Nigel McGuinness, and W Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. Cruiserweight title match, Leo Rush versus Drew Gulak. We go right to the ring, out comes Leo Rush. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Drew Gulak was out next. Give former ring introduction from Alicia Taylor. Bell rings and Gulak goes for the corner. Drop kick, but Rush moves. Rush follows up with a big Spanish fly for a 2 count. Gulak goes to the floor for a breather, but Rush leaps out with a dive. Rush keeps control and hits a Asai moonsault from the apron to the floor. Fan chant, Leo, as he brings it back in and keeps control. They go back and forth. Now it's fans do dueling chants. Rush counters the move for a roll-up, but Gulak turns that into a shoulder submission on the mat. Rush tries to fight up and out, but Gulak gets his knees up. Gulak keeps control and cradles Rush for a 2 count. Gulak drops a knee on the arm and keeps Rush grounded. Rush fights up and out again. Rush with chops in the corner now. Gulak with a big chop of his own. Gulak with a big slam for a 2 count. They trade holds and Gulak takes Rush to the top. Rush fights back and sends Glock to the apron and then to the floor. Glock comes right back and drop kicks Rush from the top to the floor, landing hard. We go to commercial as the screen splits. Back for the break. Rush delivers kicks while Glock is on his knees. Glock counters and hits a huge lariat in the middle of the ring for a 2 count. Rush turns it around and keeps the show for another close 2 count. Glock counters with a gulag in the middle of the ring. Rush ends up turning it around for a jacket sleeper in the middle of the ring. Glock powers up and delivers a cyclone crash, but Rush gets his foot on the bottom rope to break the pin. Glock with another close 2 count. It's a band cheers them both on. Glock takes Rush to the top while This Is Awesome champ starts for the crowd. Rush fights back and knocks Glock to the mat. Glock runs back up and gets dropped. Rush delivers a big frog splash and more offense and goes back up top for the final hour. It covers for the title and the win and the title. After the match, Rush stands tall and raises the title in the air as the music hits. General Manager William Regal enters the ring and congratulates Rush and places the title around his waist. Glock runs back into the ring and snatches the title. Glock takes the title and he's not happy, but he really just came back in to the ring to show respect to Rush. Glock exits the ring and Rush's music starts back up as Regal puts the title on him again. Rush hits the corner to pose with the title as the crowd pops. We see Kushida backstage warming up with Breezango. We also see UK champion Walter backstage warming up with Imperium. They will do battle in tonight's main event. Mauro talks about Finn Balor returning to NXT next week, which leads us to a video package of Balor with highlights from his original NXT run. Back for the break, we get a promo from Tegan Knox as she's advertised for next week as well. And we see Knox and Dakota Kai warming up backstage. Rhea Ripley versus Aliyah. We go to the ring. Out first comes Rhea Ripley. Aliyah was out next with Vanessa Bourne at her side. I didn't know who that was. I've never seen Vanessa Bourne before. The bell rings. Ripley overpowers, going to work on Aliyah in the corner. Ripley keeps control, but Aliyah uses nails down the back. Ripley is angered. Ripley unloads and swings Aliyah around as the crowd pops. Ripley ragdolls Aliyah some more and drops her with a facebuster. Covers her for a fairly easy win. And the match took like maybe 2 minutes. After the match, Ripley takes the mic as the music stops. Fan chant Rhea as Ripley takes the mic and addresses Shayna Baszler, calling her the most dominant NXT Women's Champion in history. She has snapped or tapped all opponents, but not Ripley. Ripley says she's coming for Shayna. She drops the mic. As the music starts back up, hype bomb. CM Punk style. Mauro announces Friday's press release conference in Las Vegas with Triple H, Tyson Fury, Braun Strowman, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, Cain Velasquez, and Rey Mysterio. Mauro says this is going to be huge. And the press conference is going to be about 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Nigel's hypes tonight's main event. Some more. Kushida versus Walter in a non-title match. And it's the breakage of the undefeated streak of either one of them. Breezango versus the Forgotten Sons. We go to the ring. Out first comes Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango. Ever Rise is set to come out, but the Forgotten Sons drag them out to the stage, and it looks like they won't be competing. Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake head to the ring to compete instead, with Jackson Riker accompanying them. Cutler starts off with Breeze and they go at it. Blake comes in, but Breeze fights him off. Cutler catches Breeze with a backbreaker and stomps him in the corner. Blake comes back in for a double team and a 2 count. Cutler tags back in for a double backbreaker for a 2 count. Cutler works over Breeze in the corner. Blake tags back in. Breeze fights the double team off and tags in Fandango. Fandango unloads on Blake. It's a bad pop. Blake kicks Fandango, but Fandango catches him in a big power slam. Fandango with Falcon Arrow for a 2 count. Breeze tags in for a double team, but it's blocked. Blake catapults Breeze into the turnbuckles. Fandango ends up hitting a big sunset powerbomb from the top. Riker gets involved and sends Breeze into the ring post. Fandango runs the ropes and flies out, taking Riker down on the floor. Blake runs the ropes and takes Fandango down on the outside. He brings it back in and power bombs Fandango into Blake's knees. They hit the double team. Memory remains on Fandango for the pinfalls to win and the win. Breezango both came out in Men at Work faction, you know the hard hat workers. That gimmick. After the match, Forgotten Son stand tall and we go to replays. We get a video package on Keith Lee. It looks like Lee versus Dominic Djokovic will take place once again next week. Advertise again. We go to commercial. Boa versus Cameron Grimes. I don't know who these guys are. Never seen neither one of them before. Back for the ring, out first come Boa. Cameron Grimes is out next. Bell rings, the Grimes immediately nails the double knees on Boa for the pin to win as we see Killian Dane walking down the ramp to the ring. Winner of the match, Cameron Grimes. After the match, Dane in his ring, but Grimes exits and heads up the ramp as Dane looks on at him. Dane turns his attention to Boa now. Dane beats Boa down and hits the two big Vader bombs in the corner. Dane brings Boa over to an announce table, slams him on it, on the top of it, with the cover still on it, and the table does not break. Dane looks at the announcers and says, "This is just the beginning." Some fans boo as Dane walks off. We get a promo on Damian Priest. Cameras in the attention are why he took out Pete Dunne a few weeks ago. At the expense of Dunne, Priest's name will live on forever. Roger Strong versus Isaiah Swerve Scott. Back for the ring, out comes NXT North American Champion Roger Strong for his non-title match. Isaiah Scott was out next. Back and forth start. Scott with a big shot and for a 42 count. Scott with chops in the corner. Scott slams Strong on his face, hits a cartwheel into a splash for a 2 count. Strong turns it around with a big chop for near the corner. Scott counters and they counter more. Scott drops Strong with a big kick to the jaw. They trade big strikes coming out of the corner. Now Strong catches Scott with a backbreaker for a pop. Strong fights into a corner, but they trade shots. Scott with a big clothesline to the back of the head. They go on, and Strong catches Scott with another backbreaker for a pop. Fans are doing a chance for the Undisputed Era and Swerve now. Strong mounts Scott in the corner with right hands. Scott fights out of the corner and rocks Strong. Strong with another backbreaker for a 2 count. Strong with right hands while Scott is down on the mat. Strong with a 2 count. We go to commercial with Strong delivering more strikes. Back to the ring. Scott mounts big offense for a pop. Undisputed Era comes walking down the ramp. In the support of their tag team faction member, NXT champion Adam Cole, NXT tag team champions Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Scott with more offense, including a driving DDT for a 2 count. As you see, the Undisputed Era watching from the ramp. Strong looks to turn it around, but Scott hits a big German suplex and a flatliner. Scott delivers more offense for a close 2 count. Scott can't believe he didn't get the pinfall. Scott goes to the top, but Strong rolls the apron. Strong fights from the apron. Scott delivers a big double stomp from the ring, sending Strong to the floor. Fan chant NXT now. Strong with a big jumping knee and more offense after Scott is distracted by the others. The other members of the faction. Strong then drops Scott over his knees, applies a strong hold in the middle of the ring to get the win. After the match, Undisputed Era celebrating the ring as the music plays. Cole takes the mic and asks everyone to give it up for Scott, saying he's good, but nowhere near the level of Scott. Cole talks about the best of the best coming to NXT to try and test the Undisputed Era, which is why Finn Balor and Tommaso Ciampa came back. Cole says everyone tries to dethrone the Undisputed Era, but, well, that will never happen. Well, at that point, Velveteen Dream interrupts on the screen, then appears on the platform above the announcers and fans chant his name. Dream reveals that Strong will defend the title against him once again in 2 weeks, which leads to Tommaso Ciampa's music hitting. Ciampa makes his way out to the ring with a crutch in his hand. Camouflage style, as he's wearing camouflage pants, and he's got a camouflage crutch. Ciampa grabs a steel chair and enters the ring with both weapons. Undisputed Era exits the ring. Ciampa takes a seat in the chair and takes the mic. And Japan chant his name. Ciampa says, Goldie, Daddy's home. Fans pop and chant Daddy's home. Now the Undisputed Era talks trash. Ciampa stands tall in the ring with his arms out, inviting them in for a fight. And not just hype, tonight's main event, we get another quick video package for it. Back to commercial. We see Kathy Kelly trying to get a word with Tommaso Ciampa during the break, but Angel Garza kept interrupting her. Ciampa dropped Garza with a shot to the face backstage. Dakota Kai versus Bianca Belair. We go to the ring. First comes Dakota Kai. Bianca Belair was out next. The bell rings and they go at it. Belair catches Kai in mid-move, but Kai sides out and takes her down. Kai taunts Belair for a pop. Kai with another counter and more offense, including a shot to send Belair out of the ring. Kai with a big kick from the apron. Kai brings him back in the ring for a quick pin attempt. Belair ends up launching Kai face first into the turnbuckles. Belair unloads with thrust in the corner. Now as the referee warns her. Belair with a big hip toss across the ring. Then a clothesline for a 2 count. Belair keeps control and slams Kai in the middle of the ring. Belair works Kai around some. Kai would roll up out of nowhere for a 2 count. Belair takes Kai to the corner with a shoulder thrust. But Belair charges, but Kai rolls her up for a 2 count. Belair blocks a kick and slams Kai face first. Belair with a standing shooting star press for a 2 count. Another as she shows some frustration. Belair goes for a power bomb, but Kai fights out of it and rolls her up for a 2 count. Kai counters and rolls her up for a pin attempt. Again, Kai with a kick to the face. Belair with a forearm. Belair ends up catching Kai with a KOD for the pin and the win. After the match, Belair stands tall. As the music plays, we go to replays. Belair takes the mic and says she heard what Rhea Ripley had to say earlier, but about being next in line for Shayna Baszler. But Belair doesn't care. If Ripley was the first NXT UK champion, if someone wants a piece of Baszler, they have to go through her first. Belair celebrates as her music plays. Morrow plugs Friday's big WWE press conference again in Vegas. Nigel hypes Keith Lee versus Dominic Dijakovic. Rubber match for next week's show. We got another video package, this time with comments from Dijakovic. Morrow sends us to another video package to hype Finn Balor's return next week. Video focuses on his main roster run and last week's surprise appearance. Phoenix hypes Walter versus Kushida back to commercial. Back to the break. Pete Dunne is backstage. He has words for Damian Priest and says he will now allow Priest to make a name in WWE off his back. Dunne threatens to break Damian's fingers next week, and we see NXT Cruiserweight Champion Lio Rush backstage celebrating with others. Walter versus Kushida, your main event. We go to the ring for your main event. Walter takes Kushida down first, overpowers him, then sends him into the apron. More back and forth now. Kushida drops Walter out of the ring to the floor. Obviously, he's Japanese. He's got the speed on Walter, but Walter's got the size for his thing. Kushida keeps Walter from coming back in the ring by delivering more drop kicks. Go to commercial. Back for the break. Walter is fighting back in the corner. Kushida drops Walter. Walter comes back and delivers a big boot to drop Kushida on the apron. Fans are chanting for Walter. Walter keeps Kushida grounded and focuses on the leg now. Fan chant for both superstars. Walter takes Kushida to the ropes and clubs him with big strikes. Walter shoves Kushida to the mat as the fans cheer him on. Kushida fights back with forearms to the face. Walter clubs Kushida back to the mat with a big elbow to the chest. Fan chant for Walter as he dominates Kushida some more. Kushida counters a power bomb and drops Walter with a big DDT. Fan chant for Kushida's comeback now. Walter runs into boots and then security from the apron. Kushida comes off the top with a big chop. Kushida with more offense and a basement drop kick for another pop. Walter rolls to the apron, but Kushida stays on him. Walter wraps Kushida up, but Kushida drops his arm over the rope. Kushida goes to sunset powerbomb Walter to the floor from the apron, but Walter just stomps his face. Walter powers up and brings Kushida back to the apron. Kushida with big kicks on the apron as it goes past the 10 p.m. hour. Of course, they're Central Time, so it's 9:10 as they're advertised on USA Network for 10 minutes after. Walter runs into the ring post. Kushida kicks the leg out, and Walter goes to his knees on the apron. Kushida leaps up and nails a big DDT from the apron to the floor. Fan chant NXT now. Referee counts both superstars out. While they're on the floor, Walter almost stops Kushida from making it back in. Kushida with an overhead kick, and then another kick to Walter down. Kushida applies a hoverboard lock, now in the middle of the ring. Walter beats on Kushida while stuck in the hold. Walter fights out and blocks a shot, then applies a sleeper hold. Kushida starts fading in the middle of the ring. Kushida fights up and gets the rope to break the hold. Kushida with an Okada roll for a 2 count. Walter goes right into the sleeper on the mat. Kushida breaks it and applies a cross arm bar, but Walter fights it on the mat. Walter with a 2 count. Then another. Kushida rolls Walter into another close 2 count as they tangle on the mat some more. More back and forth. As they're both on their feet now, Kushida nails a kick. Walter charges with a big boot and then a German release suplex. Walter with a half Nelson pump handle slam into a close 2 count. Fans are dueling chants now. Both superstars are down on the mat. Walter goes to the top, but Kushida kicks him. Kushida climbs up and looks for the hoverboard lock up top. Kushida brings Walter to the mat and locks it in from up high. The fans go wild. Walter gets his foot on the bottom rope to finally break the hold. Fan chant NXT again, but both superstars get back to their feet. Kushida with a drop kick. Walter with a big chop. Kushida unloads with kicks. Walter blocks a hoverboard lock and nails a huge shotgun drop kick. Fan chant for Walter as he plants Kushida in the middle of the ring with a big powerbomb. Kushida still kicks out, and no one can believe it. Fan chant, this is awesome now. Walter slaps Kushida and hits a big ripcord lariat in the middle of the ring for the pin and the win. After the match, Walter's music hits as he recovers and stands tall. Walter raises the WWE UK title in the air as the rest of the Imperium appears on the stage. Alexander Wolf, Marcel Barthel, and Fabian Aichner. The announcers plug next week's show with Pete Dunne versus Damon Priest and Keith Lee versus Dominic Djokovic. That's fan chat for Walter as he joins Imperium on the stage. We cut backstage to Kathy Kelly, who has news from NXT General Manager William Regal. She announces Tommaso Ciampa versus Angel Garza for next week, but plus Roger Strong defending the NXT North American title against the Velveteen Dream next week. NXT goes off the air on the USA Network as Imperium stands tall on the stage. And that concludes my result for NXT, AEW, NWA Power for this week's episode. And don't forget WOW, Women of Wrestling. See one of you. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters. That's the bottom line. The Skur Dog says so.